Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. I am so incredibly excited to have you here today because we are going to unpack something that I find absolutely fascinating. If you've ever stared at the back of a specialized veterinary product and just felt totally overwhelmed by all that dense scientific jargon, well, you are in the perfect place. Today we're taking a magnifying glass to the meticulous world of exotic animal care. We're going to decode the exact nutritional science behind a highly specialized veterinary supplement called LIVORIX-EX. By breaking down this dense label step by step, we'll uncover exactly how modern science approaches the really delicate internal balance of some of our most unique companions.
But before we even get into the product itself, I want you to just stop and think about this for a second. How do you actually support the complex metabolism of exotic pets? I mean, think about it. Caring for a macaw, a tortoise, or an iguana is a completely different ballgame than feeding a golden retriever. These exotic breeds and birds have incredibly fast, highly sensitive metabolic engines. When they experience stress, illness, or honestly, even just a tiny change in their environment, their liver and metabolic systems take a massive hit. So how do veterinarians give these specialized animals the exact nutritional support they need to bounce back?
Well, let's dive right into this. Taking a look at this 120 milliliter blue glass bottle of LIVORIX-EX by MBS NutriScience, you can see the packaging reveals a lot right off the bat. That choice of a dark blue glass bottle, that's actually super intentional. It's typically used in pharmaceuticals to protect really sensitive active ingredients from light degradation. So that tells us immediately that there are delicate compounds inside. You'll also notice the dropper top, which totally hints at the need for exact, precise dosing. This isn't something you just pour freely, you know? It's an animal feed supplement specifically designated for veterinary use only.
Okay, Section 1. Meet LIVORIX-EX and its front panel claims.
So right on the front, the primary text proudly declares LIVORIX-EX as an advanced liver support, appetite enhancer, and metabolic tonic for exotic breed and birds. It's basically a triple threat approach, and if you've ever dealt with a stressed out parrot, you know you need literally all the help you can get. But what really stands out to me is the bold badge on the right side of the label clearly stating it's formulated with yeast and B-complex nutrients. This isn't just some generic multivitamin, it is highly targeted. Yeast is a fantastic natural reservoir of nutrients, and B-complex vitamins, they are the absolute fundamental building blocks of cellular energy.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core philosophy of the product sitting right beneath the main title: healthy liver, better appetite, higher performance. Notice the neat visual icons at the bottom of the front panel too. We've got a liver symbol representing liver health support, an upward chart for improving appetite, a little bowl for enhancing feed intake, a medical cross for aiding recovery after illness, and a gear for improving productivity. Now, in the context of exotic birds and reptiles, productivity doesn't mean office work, obviously. It usually means successful molting, healthy breeding cycles, and maintaining really vibrant plumage or scales.
Moving right along to Section 2, inside the blue bottle, looking at the composition.
Every 10 milliliter dose is absolutely packed with an extremely dense matrix of key ingredients. Liver hydrolysate and yeast extract lead the pack here, followed by choline chloride at 250 milligrams, a full milliliter of sorbitol, and 100 milligrams of DL-methionine. And actually, while it's not on this abbreviated list, the label also includes essential amino acids like lysine HCl and betaine HCl at 50 milligrams each. Ingredients like choline and methionine are classic lipotropic agents. Basically, that means they specifically help process fats in the liver, which is absolutely crucial for confined exotic pets that might not be getting enough exercise.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the sheer volume of that liver hydrolysate, derived from fresh liver, which I know sounds totally appetizing, right? It clocks in at a whopping 1.5 grams per 10 milliliters, making it the most abundant ingredient by weight. But why use a hydrolysate? Well, through a process called hydrolysis, complex liver proteins are broken down into smaller, highly digestible amino acids and peptides. For an exotic animal whose digestive system might be completely compromised by stress or illness, this is a game changer. It means they don't have to waste precious energy breaking down complex proteins. The nutrition is just immediately available for organ repair and recovery.
Going further down the composition list, we find the absolute engine room of that metabolic tonic promise, a super comprehensive B-complex profile. We've got nicotinamide at 25 milligrams alongside these really precise microdoses of B1, B2, B6, and 10 micrograms of B12. Add in calcium panthonatate and inositol, and you have a heavily targeted blend. And here's why this matters. Because B vitamins are water-soluble, these animals literally can't store them. They pee them out. So they require continuous replenishment during metabolic stress just to keep converting their diet into sustained, usable energy.
All right, Section 3.
measuring the right dose.
Let's see how this builds a picture of true precision care. The dosage totally varies based on the target animal. For larger exotic animals and birds, the daily dosage is a robust 10 to 20 milliliters. But look at ornamental birds. It's 5 to 10 milliliters per 10 birds, which is likely administered via their common drinking water. And for reptiles, which often have much slower metabolisms, it's a tiny, highly concentrated dose of just 2 to 5 milliliters daily. The label makes it crystal clear this is to be used daily or exactly as directed by a veterinarian.
Just as a quick palate cleanser before we move to the final label section, I want to highlight the motto of the manufacturer, MBS NutriScience. It sits right below their logo and says, "Feeding the future, healing with science." It's a great reminder that modern veterinary supplements really aren't just guesswork anymore. They are highly calibrated scientific formulations designed to bridge very specific nutritional gaps.
Moving to Section 4, the core health benefits.
So the back label lists these 5 core benefits, and we can actually connect the dots back to the ingredients we just explored. Supports healthy liver function is obviously driven by that massive 1.5 grams of liver hydrosate. Improves appetite connects straight to the yeast extract in those B vitamins. Helps in recovery after illness and stress, relies heavily on the immediate energy from sorbitol and those pre-digested proteins. Supports fat metabolism and detoxification is exactly where the choline and methionine do their heavy lifting. And finally, helps improve growth, vitality, and productivity is really just the holistic result of all these systems functioning beautifully together.
And finally, Section 5, Storage and Safety Facts. The crucial point here is understanding how you actually handle a complex formulation like this in the real world. It has to be stored below 30 degrees Celsius and protected from direct sunlight, which perfectly explains that dark blue glass we talked about earlier. Shake well before use is vital because these dense suspensions can settle at the bottom. Interestingly, the withdrawal period is nil, meaning there's absolutely no mandatory waiting period after administration. But, and this is important, the label contains a red warning box stating this product is an animal feed supplement and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. It's an incredibly powerful support tool for sure, but it's not a magic miracle cure. Just to wrap up the label tour, we see it establishes its origin and quality standards. It's manufactured by MBS NutriScience over in the Kala Amb industrial area of Himachal Pradesh, India. And look at the side. It displays several really important certification badges, including GMP, Good Manufacturing Practice, an ISO certification, and an FSSAI mark. In the world of veterinary science, these badges are the real deal. They assure the vet and the pet owner that the product was created in a facility with strict top-tier quality control and sanitary protocols.
We've gone from just looking at a simple blue bottle to really getting the nuts and bolts of hydrolysates, lipotropic agents, and specialized dosing. It really makes you step back and appreciate the absolute complexity of these animals. Which leaves us with a final thought. Are we completely underestimating the meticulous nutritional needs of our exotic companions? I mean, if it takes this much dense, targeted science just to formulate one supportive tonic, imagine the sheer complexity of their everyday diets. Thank you so much for joining me to decode this incredible nutritional science today. Keep questioning, keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.